Okay.
Okay. So let's start the session. Good evening, all, and thank you for joining the meeting.
Okay.
I think it's clear, right? There's no issue, right?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, thank you. So, good evening, all, and thanks for joining these sessions. And this is basically second sessions, means the episode 2 from the season 1 with a webinar series of titled Digital Politics with Thedal Anandan. And the topic today is basically on personalizing the voters' outreach with data-driven strategies. So, I welcome Sunandha TS, a founder and CEO of Bridgie. Basically, she is into the branding agencies where she takes care of all the personal branding as well as the voters, how to reach out the voters, the digital marketing sites and website development, other things. So I'll go through the as our profile in the next subsequent slides. So before continuing the session, so I just want to introduce you all that this is basically a digital forum, digital politics forum, where we bring all the people, like-minded people who is interested into political tech ecosystems. So the QR code is basically to join the community where the WhatsApp community will be there, where the regular update on the digital politics as well as the GovTech and the election tech and the civic tech information will be shared in the community. Okay. Now, I welcome Sunandha she is a founder and chief executive officer of a company named Bridgie. So Bridgie basically provides all the digital supports and they served almost 100 plus commercial brands and also they served almost 7 candidates across 3 national level elections in India. The company basically does AI-powered brand campaigns, enhanced website optimizations and brand campaigns, and also the content marketing and digital advertisements. And the other one is basically on the WhatsApp automations to reach out to employees, means to reach out to the voters as well as brand agencies. I think somebody is on unmute. Maybe you can mute yourself so that be taken care. Maybe Mukherjee, you can handle the stuff. If somebody is unmuted, you try to mute them so that the disturbance will be minimized.
Sure.
And she can be reached out in the email, Sunandha.
Meeting starting. Start connect out.
Thank you. So she can be reached out to sunandha@bridge.in and the website is sunandha.in. So now let's enter into session. Hi, Sunandha, are you there?
Hello, sir. Thank you for inviting me to speak on this forum. I'm very honored. Anevarukkum vanakkam. So basically what we do in our company is like we are into AI powered marketing right now. And we are providing support for one particular party across Tamil Nadu. And we will be doing for them in the future elections as well. We will go through it. I will reveal what party I am working for. And before that, we have created an ecosystem here in Digital Politics Forum. Because right now the tech industry, the poly-tech industry is like, this is the word that Thedal Anandan sir has come up with on January Digital Politics Conclave. It's a industry which has wider opportunity and very few players. There is only few industries.
Sunandha, you can switch on your video, maybe.
Sir, the video is on, sir.
Video is on. Okay, fine.
Yes. So we are working with numerous professionals across the nation who are coming up with the expertise solution that is not handled before 2019 or 2010s are the time that we have understood the landscape for politic industry as like really grown, and we have numerous opportunities for marketing segments and other data analytics segment that can play a huge role in this kind of industry. So it is not just like we will be handling the ground work of the political parties. No, we are also in the digital forums. Now politics is all about digitally enhancing the narrative, digitally swaying the psychology of people, how we are going to present them with facts, and how we are going to manipulate the facts. This is what it is about, social media politics. And now everything is like hyper personalized. All the campaigns are very personal to you. The voters mindset is analyzed previously before the elections even announced. So the election prepping starts before 2 years from the date of the election. The parties are very thorough in the data analytics. The groundwork is like a huge part, but digitally they are very prepared to face the elections, and they understand how their placing is there in that particular state or constituency. And with that way, they are how do they understand all these characteristics and all the advantages are there within the constituency and across the parties. Like most of the research and analysis is done through digital forums only. So we are a group of tech people who are working behind these parties, and we gauge the expectations of all the voter segment groups, and we make the head of the party and all the candidates who are working contesting in that particular constituency to understand the voter mindset better. It is just they are already in there in the ground, and they are understanding in person. But right now how we are also running a comparative analysis between the parties who are competing in that particular constituency, and we are telling how they are also performing without even going in personally knowing them. And we are giving them a report, in hand report of who can be contesting in that particular constituency before even the party is announcing its candidature list. So we are getting a lot of in-depth information with only video watching and sentiment analysis that is happening in social media. And we are also connected with a lot of media persons, and they are giving us in-person information and credible information. Election is not about just ground politics nowadays. It is widely from 2014 there is a massive play of social media and data analytics in elections. So
yes, Sunandha. So probably we will start with the questions.
Yes.
If at all anybody have any questions in between, you can just drop it in the chat box. So I will take it forward with Sunandha accordingly. So we'll just start the session with the first question. Sunandha, so you were saying about the personalizing outreach, right? So how important you think that voter segmentation? So how do we segment the voter, right? So we segment voter based on the religion, caste, or any other political party, or anything like any voter segmentations. How do you feel that as a personalized outreach efforts in terms of reaching out to them?
So we are applying a direct marketing perspective here, sir. We are creating a detailed voter persona for each candidacy. So we will analyze the income groups on how they are segmented. We'll analyze the characteristics. We'll analyze the religion, even the caste, and the region that they live in, the area that they live in, and their personal behaviors and social media behaviors. All this will be analyzed, and we will be creating a voter persona. The voter persona will have very specific details about the voter without privately disclosing a lot of their personal data. But we will have separate voter persona, at least 4 to 5 voter persona per constituency, and we will analyze their social media activity and how they have responded to the sentiments of politics for the past 2 to 3 years.
Okay. Yeah, please proceed.
And we'll also have demographic data. So the past and present condition of their particular region will play a major role in how we are analyzing their personas. And like for example, for some parts of we'll say American elections. Now they are contesting for president. They're contesting presidential elections, and most of the states are Republican, and most of the half of the states are Democratic, and they have few states called swing states. Right now, we will say that swing voters play a huge role in predicting the analysis, the results of the election. So it is very imperative that we understand the segmentation to analyze the swing voters, which are which play the swing voter segmentation, which play a key role in deciding the results of the election. These people can go into any party. There can be 4 to 5 contestants. They can even go for nota. So we should understand how much of people are swing voters, and that plays a clear, key role in every constituency. And we will have to have a separate strategy for these swing voters to come to our particular political.
Okay. So basically, you start with voter segmentations when reaching out to the voters. Yes. On the communications, whatever you do, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So generally, what type of data should the candidate who contests in the election should collectively to effectively collect the information to personalize the voters' engagement? Like you said that you do caste religion based. So what type of data we should be able to do for the segmentation or to the campaign which we need to do?
Sir, we should have a data management platform. This data management platform should be in ground level and also in digital level. So how do we first collect the ground level data? We should go for government published data. Government has already published census data, and you can collect it from numerous websites, the taluks, and already the government institutions that are in that particular constituency will have government published data. And there is also private sector reports of employment records and all that. So these data should be collected, of course, with all the privacy policies, which we'll discuss in the future. And we should conduct surveys. Survey plays a huge role, sir. That is the main data collection point in ground. So before we conduct a digital survey, for candidacy-based elections, we have to conduct surveys in the particular region. And we have to analyze which is the biggest problem in that particular constituency, and how people are expecting for their next leader to be, and what is the interest of their particular voter segment groups, where they are already inclined with a particular party, or they are looking for new face in that particular constituency. All that has to be understood through ground surveys, and NLP plays a huge role in digital data collection. So natural language processing is one huge helpful tool that we implement when there is a digital data collection.
Okay, so to summarize, maybe we need to try to collect which party the particular voters are aligned to, and what type of benefits they get from the government. Maybe that kind of data can also be categorized, and so that we can personalize the communication to those guys in terms of, let's say, if somebody get the benefits from BJP or from ADMK or from DMK or from Congress, maybe we need to categorize, and we need to reach out separately to each and every voters accordingly, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right.
Good. Okay, and most important things, how can demographic and psychographic data can be used for more targeting messages? So do you do this demographic and psychographic data also?
Yes, sir. This is one major component of digital politics, I would feel. So psychology, before we are very connected with, there are very few political parties, they play a huge role. Now, it is not like that. Even big players are coming to digital forums to understand the psychology of people. Because after the social media boom, we have two personalities, sir. The personality in real life is different. The personality we exhibit in the social media is different. So most of the expectations and whatever we exhibit in social media is our best self. So electoral parties are trying to impress that superior intellectual personalities that we exhibit in social media. So from understanding our psychography and the region that we live in, they are creating and crafting hyper local personalized campaigns and messages and sending targeted notification. They set up geo fencing advertisement campaigns, like for example, if a candidate is contesting in local elections, he can only send to his particular candidacy, like he can geofence a 5 kilometer to 10 kilometer radius in
Right.
Meta, and he can shoot ads. He does not have to spend money of selecting a wider audience range, and they show his ads. That is not required at all, because out of a particular region, his demography is different. The other candidate comes in, so he will hyper localize his campaign messages. He will have the WhatsApp numbers or phone numbers of the particular constituency, and he will be only sending and showing his ads and his messages to that particular people. So this targeted messaging will be created with the psychography of the voters and the demography that they are located in, even if it is very particular of like 5 kilometer radius.
Okay, great. So, okay, so next question what we have is, what role does voters behavior analysis plays in personalizing outreach? Okay, so do you do the behavior analysis of voters also before reaching out to them personally?
Yes, sir,
What
we
kind
do.
of behavior what kind of behavior, can you give some example? What kind of behavior analytics you do generally? Maybe they are aligned to some party, or whenever you guys approach to a particular, when a candidate approach to a voter, maybe how do they behave? So sometimes they don't entertain the particular political party or particular candidate. So so do you neglect those guys, or how do you reach out to the people who are against your party policies or your or a particular candidate policies? So how do you reach out to them?
Sir, when it comes to nearing the elections, we always trust the ground one-to-one approach with the voter suits best for us. So we conduct lot of member outreach programs in ground, and we'll understand like in particular regions, DMK will have an upper hand. In some regions, ADMK or BJP or Congress will have an upper hand. And we already know, we only in ground we can gauge this interest. And deep psychological traits is like they would be sometimes we will see voters who are affiliated with particular political party will not like the candidate who they are selected for their with their
Right.
assembly or parliamentary constituency. This is a type psychological thing that you will not understand through the social media profiles. Maybe sometimes they express disinterest in like if they write a post in Facebook or Twitter or Instagram saying that this is not a better candidate, they could have asked another person to contest here. We would have given that. And also we have to actively follow the other parties, the opposite parties and other competing parties candidates, and also their support groups. So
let's say
yeah.
when you go to a particular voter's house and you feel
Yes.
that this voter is not going to support you or your
Yes.
candidate, so how
Yes.
do you react to it? So do you send continuous message to those guys, or you remove them from your database system?
Definitely, we are not leaving them out. But
Okay.
the mode of targeting them continuously, we should not hanker them. We should not harass them with
Okay.
our policies. Yeah, we
Okay.
should be see some with Tamil Nadu. I would say our party has like one youngster in every house who's supporting us. So
Okay.
our voter segmentation is very clear for us, and we understand that through the youngsters we can pitch in for the older generation who are there in the house. So this is one kind of the play that we do in our particular party, and how we understand the older generation. They can see like if they are seeing any corruption campaign that is defamation or something against that particular party that they are supporting, we'll understand their displeasure of it, and we will try to have a vocal dialogue with them and understanding their thought process and how they want their candidate to be, and we place our candidates accordingly.
Great. See, I understood that, Sunanda. So most important, the next question what I got in pipeline is, so the data accuracy. While this is a huge amount of data which is required to be collected when you personalize or when you want to segment the voters, right? So let's say a particular constituency has almost 2.5 to 3 lakh voters of
Okay.
thing. How you ensure the data accuracy, whether the ground level team really collect the data like these guys belong. So the segmentation, like whatever the religion, caste, or any other the segmentations you do, how do you ensure the data accuracy? Do you have any tool to handle it, or the manual data collections? So how it
We
is being
have
collected
apps.
and how is the accuracy?
We have in-house apps, sir. We have apps,
Oh,
and we have regards to our members, we have a clear database of our members and supporting groups who are like affiliated to our party. We can do that same to like every other political party in Tamil Nadu has a wide number of database. So when it comes to campaign managers in our forum, what they can do is like they have to clean up the data that they acquire from any source that they get. Most of the problem occurs during duplication of data. Sir. Villages, they have a stagnant ground, but semi-urban and rural, semi-urban and townships and metropolitan cities, they have a floating population. What the data that you acquire before 5 years will not be the same after 5 years. Sir. Most of them are moving now. They are working in a different place, but they come to their hometown for voting. We understanding that one generation is already in that particular village, the kids or their grandkids will not be voting there. They will be moved to another city or state, and they will be voting for a different from a different location. So first, collecting the ground data is important, and clearly analyzing and having a standardized format of data is very important. And duplication of data should be eradicated. How much ever data you collect, you should not simply have the quantity. Most of the data that we collect, we are understanding there is a lot of duplication done, and a lot of people have moved out from that particular area. So this is one common problem that we face, and we have to validate this data at least once a year. I would say whatever data we are collecting has to be validated. This is in part with the customer voter data. I would say when we are crafting campaign and campaigns and policy making, for that also we should gauge the correct details that is there in that particular region, and we have to craft policies, and we have to talk with statistics now. So statistical data plays a huge role. So whenever we are coming up with any plans for that particular assembly constituency or parliamentary constituency, the exact before and after situation should be collected, and that has to be presented to the voters.
Great. So, based on your voters campaign, so maybe you can take out some examples, maybe the Lok Sabha election or the US election, earlier election or current election, or the UK election. So just give me some example how the people across country or any other country or any other candidate who successfully made and who won with the help of personalized voter outreach.
Okay, sir, I'm with your permission, I'm sharing one screen that we have created for this particular webinar. See, 2008 elections is where all the magic happened. Please give me some time to explain this better for all the participants. So 2008 campaign is when all the social networking was put into major use. So the US campaign, Obama's campaign is the starting step for all of us. All this entire digital politics evolved during 2008 campaign, and Obama reached out to every person in US through their social media. How did they do this? Enormous email campaigns, and they have created a massive funding for even previously the Democratic Party that ruled for 10 years. George W. Bush administration ruled for 10 years. But Obama had like created a lot of funding, and he has implemented a lot of social media campaigns that has successfully turned out in the voter outreach. 51% was his winning percentage, and that was like massive. So 2000 elections were the elections of social networks. In 2012, we can say that big data elections were held. So whatever the data that they collected from the big data, and the big data means the social analytics that they connected in 2008, that was like fully implemented in 2012 as well. Obama's campaign team, they were working in ground level. It was an excellent coordination network that happened with the ground level and the data analytics and also the social media outreach program. All the volunteers were very new, and they were very equipped and trained with social media outreach programs. So in particularly, there were two states, Ohio and another state, where Obama had a lot of swing voters that he had to cover. So there was one particular campaign that I want to specify here. For Ohio only, they had a auto bailout campaign. Campaign. There is one economic issue. The recession was happening at that time, and all the automobile companies were bailing out. They were like losing employees, they were firing people and all that, and their economic growth was stunted. So in Ohio, there were a lot of employees who are working in automobile industry. So Obama's campaign team crafted one separate policy for just attracting that state, Ohio state. They were like 29,000 people who are swing voters, who were undecided, and that happened. Like they were able to vote for Democratic Party for Obama, and a lot of Obama had a greater appeal for African American crowd, which was also in Ohio, and they were all unanimously supporting Obama after the auto bailout policy was suggested, added in their campaign after a few months, after analyzing this database of Ohio state.
Okay.
So this is one thing, and we will just see a few. 1 minute, sir. This is the strategy that they used. They are establishing an online presence. They're working. Then they're running with a lot of online influences. In 2008 itself, now only we are hearing about political and other lifestyle influences. But in 2008 itself, Obama understood the ground influences, local community who are influencing, church groups, every local community they were having an active presence, and they're embracing the community. So wherever they go, if it's a national level play, they will do a national level play. If it is like a state level, like a district level play, they had a strategy in place. Everything was mapped out because the data analytics were strong. And this was the 30 million people were there in email list. What kind of data? They started with 30 million people. They already had the email IDs of 30 million. They have been taken across multiple platforms. Some even acquired without the permission of the voters. That was there. Yeah, there's like after like a few questions, we have the privacy policies also. We'll talk about it. A lot of online donors contributed. Like even when the email is sent, it was having a donor link, sir. Before GPay was implemented, they were people were at least $5 a house. They are contributing to Obama, even if they are Republican supportive household. So by BarackObama.com, they create a lot of funding with one website, and there were a lot of YouTube videos. There was like a content festival in Obama's campaign. So we should take all the forum future political strategists to for the first major thing that they have to study is Obama campaign, and it is very detailedly crafted. After this, Modi's campaign in 2014 and 2016, Trump's campaign. These were all the major campaigns that played a huge huge social media and data politics. And this is the chart that they had. This is one thing. Students, if you are interested, please take a pic of it. I'll just.
Yeah, you can just zoom it.
Yes, sir.
Maybe the recording can be shared later.
Yes, I can share the document and link of this. Yeah. So this is 1 minute. Yeah.
Yes.
how their market segmented. This is purely commercial marketing, sir. Whatever they understood through a lot of retails and corporates were booming at that stage in 2000s. They applied that similar thing and they tweaked it for political campaigns. All the data they acquired from corporates only played a huge role for Obama's voters mailing list. And voluntary political marketing, so like they attracted people to become volunteers for them without even paying a penny. Nowadays all the political parties are paying their volunteers and cadres. At least some
Right.
amount of money is given. For even in India it is like a general practice. Old parties like CPM and all, they already have a salary system in place, and it is getting accounted for also. They're purely, most of the parties are bringing black money in, but some parties are legally registered to compensate their cadres, as they treat them as employees. They have a workflow system in place, and their performances are gauged, and they are given feedbacks as politicians. Even a lot of communist cadres still receive a pension from the party. Nationalist. Okay. So they had a political consultants, they had voluntary people, they had all types of volunteers mapped up in this thing. So this is the thing that they used for social media. They listen first. Before they started talking, they listened first. Whatever noise the social media made, everybody listened, and they started engaging with the issue-based politics first, and they started pushing their party-based politics later. And they created a lot of content. They understood what the voters want. A major political segmentation happened during Obama's campaign, and they disseminated the information. They just did not pull everything together and they created a manifesto. They disseminated according to the region, according to the weather, according to the economic groups. All the truck drivers had a separate policy from Obama government. People who lost their jobs. Unemployment cadre was like a huge thing. 2008 was a major recession time. After Obama administration took up, they had to handle with the recession. And they also had a major defense crisis also, because Bush administration had spent a lot of money in defense and army warfare and everything. So they wanted to assure the people that their money will not, taxpayers' money will not go for warfare, army warfare, but instead we will be reforming the country with economical grants, subsidies, and people were losing jobs during recession. All this has to be collected. All the information has to be collected from social media only. Most of it was done through social media, because people were left, right, and center expressing their displeasure in social media at that time. Even this is happening now, but there is a lot of people who are there were legit informations, and now there is a lot of fake that is happening, but legit information was shared. So you can take note of this one also. You can take picture of So free mass media publication, paid mass media publication of political advertising, and we do both. In our forum, we do both. And traditional political marketing comes in the latest stage of the election, where you have to go to the ground to understand the voter mindset.
Right.
Okay, so that is about this question. We can go for the next one.
Fine. Maybe you can unshare it.
Yeah, sir. Stop sharing.
So now the next question I had was how the social media analytics to be leveraged. But I think we have already spoken much on this, as you are already using much of the social media analytics tool. So do you use any tool for the social media analytics? Because you have to get more information from voters, right? We cannot go on each and every voters to see what they write, what they react, all these things. So do you have any tool in the market, or do you use any tool which can be leveraged for that?
We use marketing tools for this particular. There is no custom tool for political campaigns that is used right now. But only we are developing that kind of political based of tools. But right now we are doing brand listening tools, that is like understanding the sentiment analysis. All these tools will be they will be keyword focused and region focused. So whatever keyword and multilingual keywords are supported in these kind of tools, and they will be having a report of how much of information is shared with this particular keyword. So with that, we do a lot of brand listening. We put brand watching also. Like if I am in social media, then I will be watching my opponent's social media accounts, major accounts. They will be collecting, the tool will be collecting the information that is shared. And I am proud that the party I belong to and I work for, we have a database already in place, which is like huge of, that is not voters data, but the past and present doings of all the political parties that are in our state. And we will be having a lot of old information that is competing and controversial to the new information that particular party is sharing. So that database we have created, and it is in our own format, sir. Data management platform we have created for it.
Great. Because I know the social media, your party is so active in social media and collecting information about our candidate or opponent candidate,
Yes.
or public, or good in terms of managing it. Great. And now, while collecting or using this data, how ethics, what are the ethical consideration you do? Like, what about the data when using the data to personal?
So right now, we are only collecting the social media information that these people are presenting themselves without any, unethical means. We will only get the information that they have displayed in their personal profile. So whatever they have posted out in their personal profiles, we are gathering that, because when you share an information in a particular social media platform, the platform asks you. Even now, LinkedIn has a tool now, AI trained. Can we use your information for AI training? LinkedIn AI training. Yeah, I have gone and we have unselected that option. I don't want my data to be used for AI training. So all these things that people, large segment of Indian crowd does not understand privacy, personal privacy policy or privacy breach. Only after they get snared in cyber crimes, they understand how valuable their data that they're displaying is. But now when the content market is evolving, a lot of people want to actively say their opinion about anything that is happening right now. Even if it is like a normal scandal or something that is not unrelated to politics also, they are making their vocal voices very loud. So we are getting a lot of information. Once we go to a person's Instagram account, we can see at least 10 to 15 reels minimal. Even age group of 40 plus are active in Instagram and hyper persons like share chat and everything. They repeatedly they're posting stuff. And we understand, like, yeah, this person is like affiliated to this particular ideology, or they want, they're expressing continuous displeasure and everything. So we have that gauging techniques, and we are aware of how the sentiment is coming up and coming in the current trends.
Good. Great insights about it. And see, while you segment the people, so you segment the voters to the party level, that these voters are, for sure, they vote for some particular party, say X.
Yes.
And there are other voters who vote for party Y. And there are some voters, or the new voters, or there are some matured voter also in the people saying that they have not decided whom to vote. So while you segment these undecided voters, so how do you identify these guys, and how do you tailor the messages to those guys as a personally? Like, how do they convert these undecided vote to a particular candidate, voting to a particular candidate?
Sir, now we understand a lot of old ideologies are taking into they are tailored, and they are like the thirst for getting back to the old principles are a huge comeback nowadays, sir. Before, we were all about progressive and radicalism and everything. This is like happening in India. After 2014, a lot of people want to understand how their elders lived and how can they adopt that kind of a culture across their lifestyle as well. So undecided voters are in that verge, sir. Ideologically, some catch point will be there for them. So we have to understand how deep that psychological thirst for going back to their roots are. That is one information that is I am revealing now. As like political strategists, we should understand that particular voting segment that we are targeting. They are, even if they are undecided, we have to understand, despite of the candidate that they are looking at their in their constituency, we should understand what is their basic need. Some will be issue based, like they will have an ongoing problem in their constituency, and that needs to be resolved. Whoever is giving a practical and ready-made solution for that problem, it will be immediately decided, sir, despite of what the party the candidate belong to. If they're addressing and they say that I will fix this today, after the day I assume my post, I will fix this today, all people fall for that. And money plays a huge role, but still this deep psychological thirst for getting back something that they have lost during this progressive times, that plays a huge role. And of course, the current issue that they're facing at hand, and they want it to be immediately resolved. So if particularly I would say one region, in one district, there is a huge number of taskmark wine shops, and that those women voters in that particular region will vote for people vote for candidates who says that the minute I assume my post, I will definitely close down all the taskmarks.
Okay.
So this is one thing that is a burning issue there, and every woman is affected through it. So the issue based and the ideology based are two things that we gauge undecided voters are for.
Great, Sunandha. See, based on this digital politics, which is about to take up the future of campaign, so we do have AI in the current market, and as it is big data flowing into the analytics, so ML is also required. So do you use this AI and ML? So what is the impact of AI and ML in the future campaign, maybe in 2026 of Tamil Nadu elections?
So we are already using from 2021.
Oh, okay.
2021 itself, we have understood AI is going to play a huge role. Right now, it is like in trending, but AI tools and understanding the data. That's what I said previously. We have already collected a large number of data, and we used it for database collection. And in content wise, AI is playing a huge role, sir. We don't have to hire a lot of designers or video editors. If we pay for a subscription for 2 years, the task is done. So you output, and we are training a lot of tools now with all the information that we already have. If a party is creating a manifesto, they can train an AI tool to give content for them for like 2 years. The entire manifesto can be inputted in one particular AI tool. Of course, we have to pay. There's no free tool that is there that can do. It gives you a bunch of questions. It gives you a bunch of polls. It gives you a bunch of surveys and images. If you want, it will give you images. It will give you want small videos. That can be done. If you want to enhance your candidate or leader's face or structure or body or anything, AI is doing it by itself. And people are not that aware that these are from AI. So we have to keep educating them. Say whatever we are presenting is like from AI, and it's AI modified. Outwardly, a lot of physical and visual campaigns will be so impacted with AI in the next upcoming elections. Or even 2024 elections had a lot of AI play, and they can imitate voices of famous leaders. Now we see Kalanyar's voice were played, and in the Mupperum Villa, Modi's voice were, they had a app for Prime Minister's voice to translate itself in Tamil. They want to vote a base in Tamil Nadu, which they did. They gained a significant number of voting base here, and they want to connect because everybody is like Tamil savvy, and even the youngsters are like fully into Tamil nationalism nowadays. And yes, everybody wants to get into that genre and infiltrate that sentiment.
Right. See, and what are the challenges you're facing? You collect the data from multiple sources, right?
sir.
So maybe manually some people would be collecting, maybe from
Yes.
social media you will be collecting some data, or from the reference you will be collecting the data, or from the opponent candidate you might be collecting data. So how do you integrate all this data? So do you face any challenges, or do you use any
Yeah.
digital politics tool to manage or integrate all this data?
Sir, like I mentioned before, we have a superb collection of our own membership data, sir. Okay,
Right.
but the ground data, every party is facing a cross-platform data collection and data synthesis is taking a lot of time, and it has to be done manually. There is no particular tool that we can refine it. We can refine with already present tools, but we cannot simply input and get a desired results. But there is a lot of refining, data refining tools, sir. We use tools like Snowflake for data
Right.
validation. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
Snowflake is already there with Microsoft, and we get subscription for that. And a lot of companies use Snowflake for their particular genre of content that they're getting, data that they're collecting. And that can also be successfully done for our political data that we are collecting. So Snowflake is one tool. If we create, and it is like you have to code a little, coding is involved, but it gives you very pure, authenticated and verified data, sir.
Got it. Got it. See, coming to the most critical point,
Yes,
like
sir.
do we collect more data? We do ground survey. We collect,
Yes.
let's say you collect big data. All big data are coming to a system. You
Yes.
process it with a particular tool. All this are fine.
Mm.
As a voter, I have my privacy concern, right?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
how do a particular campaign has to run, or it should ensure that the voters' privacy is not affected? Like I heard from one of the candidates saying that they get concerned from the voters for sharing their phone number or any other data from the ground. So do people need to collect those concerns from the voters to maintain the privacy or the data protection? So what are the other concerns that voter can have, and how a candidate need to ensure that the data is being protected while they're reaching out to the people?
Okay, sir. Sir, there are 3 privacy laws that is already in place in Europe, America, and Canada. One is
Okay.
GDPR, which is like a General Data Protection and Regulation. Another
Right.
one is CCPA, is California Consumer Privacy Act, and algorithm wise they have one AAL, which is in Canada. So algorithm interpretation and analysis, they have one in place. Because this is the most advanced form of privacy protection law is in Canada, sir. They are regularly updating with the board of data
But what
engineers.
about India? What about
India,
India? We do.
India has an intelligence IPR Act is there, but IPR Act is
Okay.
very commercialized. We don't have for political space. We don't have any privacy laws for political states as of now. But whatever government that is coming in future, they have to concern with themselves with this information. That
Then
what
this is a serious point.
yeah,
Maybe the
allegations.
forum digital politics has to take this as a point, and maybe we need to see reaching out or marketing or bringing the digital politics is one way. Maybe the forum of digital politics has to play an important role in
Ethics, sir.
safeguarding or ensure the data protection of a voter.
Yes.
Right. We cannot use any other's voter data mining or data. Everything is fine, but at the certain ethical level or with the data protection level, it has to happen. I think forum has to look into this and create a policy or to suggest the election
Sir.
commission or to the government of India in terms of managing these privacy concerns.
It is
Right.
not about just collecting the data. Even if they have the data with them, what amount of data should be used for their campaigns should be
Right.
clear. Like clear privacy policy, we should have data minimization. See,
Right. Right.
phone number is the most important private information a person can have. Who
Right.
he chooses to receive calls from is like not there in India. Everybody receives at least 5 to 10 spam calls, even if they have some Truecaller kind of apps
Right.
placed in their
Right.
phone. They don't have a choice to receive information that they don't want to have. So they have secure, we should have secure data practices. All our phones are like, there is a big scandal last BJP government that they are all like pentagons. What is that? There is one Pegasus company had actually they installed a lot of bugs across all the political and important political leaders and journalists, and all their data was like given to the government, directly to the government, not even for the political party. This is like a major concern amongst, even if a journalist, a high profile journalist does not have his data protected, I don't know what will happen to a normal average voter. He will be bombarded with a lot of information that he does not have. And we have to tell the political party that we are working with to have minimal data usage, sir. Whatever information that we are collecting should be of concern. Like, and they have to get the approval from the particular voter to have and use this information. So that is why we in our party, we tell the people who are collecting this information with full consent of that particular voter, whatever they share, the social media.
Yeah, that should happen, I think. So just like TRAI has introduced to do not disturb mode, maybe we should suggest do not disturb mode for political campaign also. Just
sir,
like
and we should have responsive communication also, sir. Like once if forums like us, we have to say if there is a complaint raised by anybody, even in one individual or one woman, that our data is used inappropriately, then we should have a governing bodies to immediately take action against it, and our data should be secured. We should have that kind of a responsive communication that needs to be established by organizations like us.
Right. See, given this next question is very important in terms of one India, one nation election. So I don't just want to enter into the political agenda of this scheme. Basically, the one India, one election, whether it is right or wrong, we'll not discuss about that. But let's say, if at all, if it is get implemented, and two types of election will happen: state level election and the national level election. So maybe the data has to be collected in different way, and they need to be targeted or segmented in different way, and it has to be approached in different ways. So how this can be happen? So let's say one India, one election is implemented. How do candidate has to, or a party, political party, so they have to send a separate communication to a people for national level election, and they have to send the same separate separate communication to same people for state level election, and the alliance can also be different. So how data means how this data can be held or can be used in terms of communication or reaching out to the voters?
Okay, sir. So right now, I would say I want to make a very good clear statement on this. I am totally against one India and one election. But if it is technically, like you said, if we are implementing this kind of, if this is getting implemented in India, like national and state level, first of all, it is like not implemented by developed nations. And they prefer, all the parties in national level in US and UK and Canada and all those nations, they do not want to be that hyper localization should not be disturbed in civic bodies. They feel that. And if at all it is implemented, we should have a clear strategy. Our manifesto creation itself will have separate segmentations of data. Our audience should be clearly analyzed for a national and also state, and we have to craft policies according for national issues. And whatever we can, some parties are very regional, they only talk about the issues in the state. And right now the constitution itself will be redefined if this kind of elections are taking place. All the hyper local issues will be spoken in national media if it is in this, because if this particular issue on a particular rural village in Tamil Nadu is affecting national level politics, all the small time issues will get a huge media coverage. That is one thing. And the mobilization and outreach, sir, like nothing will be like small group of party or a small party anymore. Every party will have to have a slice of the national level political cake. So the alliances will be definitely national level, which I'm totally against. My party is not that. It's very clear, but the alliances will definitely happen with national level parties. Every party wants to go national, so they can. It cannot be one leader alone. It has to be a multiple group of leaders, multiple number of leaders from different ethnicities in India, because India is very diversified. So we should have the alliance will be huge, and all the leaders will be crafting the national policies. Just not one leader who will be giving one agenda. Even if one nation and one election happens, the national party should concentrate, or the alliance, the particular alliance should concentrate on having all the votes in place. So they have to go, reach out and give more positioning to the regional leaders. And regional leaders will be given a lot of importance in national stage.
Okay, sure. I think it's almost an hour of discussion now. It's I really did not notice the time. So in the interest of time, I'll just speed up. It was quite interesting discussion going on, but somehow I just want to wrap it up. So very good discussion it was. Well, and just I want to summarize some of the services which our forum members can offer from the forum of digital politics. Like there are some members in our group who offers a war room management for the political party as well as the candidate. And basically, a CATI services is computerized automatic telephonic survey, like the call center kind of services, and the field survey where people go to the field and collect the information, the data, which can be used for personalized messaging. And there are people like the Bridgie who takes care of social media reputation of a candidate as well as a party, and AI in election. So there are various AI tools and techniques are available in the campaign, where with the help of AI, like the audio cloning, video cloning, or voice cloning, all those stuff are there, so which can be used. And even the 24/7 YouTube AI news channel can also be logged out, and public relationship like PR activities can be taken up, and the legal advocacy stuff. So we do have a legal team advocate panel where the forum of digital politics member can provide the legal services to the candidates. So these are some of the services. And cyber security mostly which is into the digital politics part, where we provide cyber security services in terms of monitoring your safeguarding all your internet connected devices, all those things. And most importantly, all this will come with a cadre training into the system. So those are the 9 services which is currently available in the forum members, from the forum members. So if at all anybody have any additional services which you want to cater to this political tech or election tech field, probably you can contact the forum, and we are very happy to add your services too. And with respect to products, we do have 2 products. Like we have some election management software or the mobile app based on team app, and we do have some booth slip printers which can be used to giving a booth slip to the each individual voters. So these are the things which can be sourced from forum of digital politics, both product and services from the members. And based on the questions, I'll just have a quick 1 or 2 questions from the chat window which has been given it. And how do you apply for your strategy, reach out to come? How do, Sunandha, just tell me, there are some digital and non-digital voters also. How do you categorize or reach out different techniques or different things has to be planned, right? So this is also one of the segmentation. Like somebody will have the button phone, somebody will have the smartphone, somebody may not have the phone at all. So these are the things. So how best a candidate can able to reach out to all these guys, all these voters?
T-shop politics, sir.
Okay, T-shop politics.
T-shop politics. Simple as that. It is a very effective and conventional method of ground politics. It's been like very successful in India. We have people across the regions, across every booth to understand like the sentiments of that particular ward, even ward we have. So T-shop politics is the best type of politics to understand voters who are above 45, 50 ages, and even they are very super social media nowadays, pro social media. But some people, they are staying away from it to have a national level thought process that still is not changed for 20 plus years. They're affiliated to one party, but they are open, sir. Even those voters who are not accessible to digital media nowadays, they are very open when they come to have a first-hand narratives. I would say every candidate should visit the tea shop in his candidacy. So that
Right,
is
right, right.
yes.
No,
Yeah,
I think good, very well explained on that, and that's a basic thing where every candidate has to do it.
yes.
And in the interest of time, we are just
Jagan did
delayed
it,
by
sir.
3 minutes.
If we are
Sorry?
having another session, I would like to explain IPAC's Jagan Mohan Reddy, YSR Jagan Mohan Reddy's
Right,
campaign.
right.
Yeah, Jagan did it because all formats of his entire campaign system was particularly very meticulously crafted with ground level candidates. He created volunteers, sir. He did not bring just cadres. He created influencers, he created volunteers. And for your question, the Jagan Mohan Reddy's case study is his 2017 campaign's case study is the best case study that we can have and discuss in our forum. And we have to learn from his all his strategies, and IPAC how they played a very crucial role in getting him elected first time as
Right,
Chief Minister.
right.
Yeah.
Very good. There's one more question from Kanhaiya Kumar Singh. Basically, he's saying that he want to enter into politics and he want to learn basic level of politics. And I think he need your help. Probably you can write to her. She has, we have given her email ID. So you can write to her. Basically, to enter into politics, please contest at least at the local body level. So you will know what election role is, and probably you can reach out to Sunandha through her email ID. And just we are short of time by 4 minutes, so I'll just wrap it up. And okay, so next session will be on 12th October. So basically on the funding political tech startup. So how a political tech startup can get fund and build confidence from investors, as this is an emerging sector. So basically, we have this session every bi-weekly session. This is basically on second Saturday and fourth Saturday of every month. We have a session on digital politics with Thedal Anandan. So this anyway, next session, the October month session is completely on the funding stuff, where we have two investors on board. Chandrasekhar Kuperi from Anova Corporate Services, where he talks on 12th October. And there is another guy, Aravind Subramanian from Enlighten. He will talk on 4th week of October. So October month would be full of interviews from investors and angel means venture capitalists. So we can have that subsequent thought. And then finally ending this slide with QR code for community thing. And we are delayed by 5 minutes, and I'm very much I need to be thankful to Sunandha for a time of almost a 1 hour session, where I really did not see the time, and it was went like just like that. So 1 hour was a good amount of discussions, and more information was been taken from her. And I hope for the complete member of forum got been enlightened with how do we reach out to voters personally with the help of the technologies and the tools and the data, the big data, AI, and all those stuff. So thank you, Sunandha. Thank you very much for your time.
Sir, I request like you open the forum for the feedback, sir. Like if we can get the feedback for the session, we'll have a lot of engagement in the forum as
well.
Yeah,
yeah. So there is a reply section, so we will do that. We will get the feedback in the comment section itself.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you for the opportunity. I'd be happy to do another session also. It's a very interesting topic that we can all benefit from learning from each other. And definitely I'll answer all the questions if it is sent to my email. I've dropped my email ID in the chat. Thank you, sir.
Right. Sure. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, team. Thank you.